Hey, it's Dr. Misty back with another episode of Decoding Health. So, today we're going to talk about the real reason you're exhausted. And it's not because you're getting older or you're a mom in perimenopause or menopause or your adrenals are burned out. The real reason you're exhausted is because your mitochondria are dysfunctional. So, we've been talking about cellular health and the hierarchy of healing, how your body goes from unhealthy to healthy. It's by focusing on the cells. So, we've talked about cellular environment, we've talked about mineral balance. Well, now we're going to talk about an actual cellular function that has to be working in order for you to feel good, have energy, lose weight, whatever it is. And that's your mitochondria. So every cell has mitochondria in it. They are the powerhouse of the cell. It's what creates ATP or energy for you. Everything from thinking to breathing to hormone production requires mitochondrial function. I mean, listen, your heart is working for you 24/7. It requires massive amounts of mitochondria function or massive amounts of energy. Your digestion requires massive amounts of energy. Your brain, so in your brain cells, each brain cell has hundreds, if not thousands, of mitochondria in there. I mean, your brain has to do so much for your body. So there's so many mitochondria going on in there to create energy for you. So if your mitochondria are dysfunctional, what's going to happen? Brain fog, right? So, I mean, just look at everything that requires mitochondrial energy. So, our mitochondria are really the foundation here in terms of function. Mitochondria has to function first for everything else to work. And your mitochondria are very vulnerable to damage. Chronic stress, toxins, blood sugar dysregulation, insulin resistance, nutrient deficiencies, specifically those minerals that we talked about. We have to have mineral balance because they're the spark plugs to the mitochondria. Inflammation, poor sleep, sedentary lifestyle, or overtraining will all damage the mitochondria. And then this is how it's going to show up in your life: crushing fatigue, exercise intolerance. You don't recover well after exercise, brain fog and memory issues, weight loss resistance. Because listen, if your mitochondria are dysfunctional and they're having a hard time creating energy for you, they're going to put all of their effort to keeping you alive and no effort to losing weight, right? And then if you are trying to lose weight with dysfunctional mitochondria by exercising more and eating less, that damages the mitochondria even more. So hormone imbalance is also a reflection of mitochondrial function because making hormones requires massive amounts of energy. Poor recovery, slow healing, cold intolerance. So these are all the signs of mitochondrial dysfunction. And unfortunately, we've been, treating these symptoms with different medications or random supplements when what we need to be doing is focusing on the cellular environment and our minerals. So mitochondria require minerals to produce energy: magnesium, iron, phosphorus, CoQ10, not a mineral, but an antioxidant. B vitamins, not a mineral, but it's a nutrient that is required by your mitochondria to be able to produce energy for you. And these are all things that we measure in my cellular health audit to assess how your mitochondria are functioning. There are some other markers that we look at outside of vitamins and minerals that really help us to understand, damage to the mitochondria as well. So we can measure mitochondria health and function within the cellular health audit service that I provide. So, what's the solution to finding out what's going on with your minerals? The cellular health audit, of course. Other things that we look at, like I've already been talking about, are like hemoglobin, hematocrit, your red blood cell size, your glucose and insulin markers. Because here's the thing: if you are insulin resistant, that means glucose is not getting into your cells And glucose goes into the mitochondria to make energy for you. So if you're insulin resistant, you're not getting glucose, you're not going to be able to make energy. And hemoglobin is the same way. If your body's not able to carry iron and oxygen, two nutrients that the mitochondria need to make energy, you're not going to be able to have energy, right? CoQ10, we've talked about that. That is a direct measure of mitochondrial function. Liver enzymes, many are mitochondrial markers, and thyroid function. So, thyroid hormones regulate mitochondrial biogenesis, which means this: free T3 helps your body make more mitochondria. If you don't have enough T3, your body's not going to make more mitochondria, number one. Number two, if your mitochondria are already dysfunctional, boy, are you fatigued. So, if you'd like to learn more about my cellular health audit, you can scan the QR code on the screen. That'll take you to the informational page, or you can go to my website, drmistysens.com/cellular health. I hope that you're enjoying this series. Keep following along to get more content. Take care.